Travel Michigan. I'm Dave Lorenz, along with Michelle Grinnell. And Michelle, who are we going to talk to next?
We are headed to the beautiful Homestead Resort, and we are talking with Jamie Jewell, who is the Vice President of Sales and Marketing at the resort. So, Jamie, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Let's start for folks, setting the stage. Where is the homestead located in the state, but also kind of the setting that it's in?
Sure. We are located in northwest Lower Michigan. We are west of Traverse City. Oftentimes that's a good marker for people that they are familiar with. We're about a half hour west, and we are in the little finger of our beautiful hand that we always hold up to show people where we're located. And it's a beautiful peninsula called Leelanau Peninsula, and we are surrounded by the Sleeping Bear Dunes National Lakeshore.
What a great spot for a beautiful resort. You're right in the middle of all this beautiful nature.
We are. It's an unmatched setting, that's for sure. There are, 70,000 acres that are a part of the protected national lakeshore. So, how lucky are we to live in a state with a national park and such beautiful miles and miles of beaches, sandy beaches, and hiking trails and biking trails and of course, the Sleeping Bear Dunes, the dune climb, and we even have the North and South Manitou Islands to go and visit. So an abundance of natural beauty, that's for sure.
Well, and just to kind of further set the scene, people need to know that you can literally walk out of one of the nice properties, or I should say rooms at the homestead.
Yes.
And then you can literally get on a trail at Sleeping Bear that quickly.
You can. We are adjacent to one of the trails. It's actually called the Bayview Trail, which is beautiful. It goes through a heavily wooded forest and then right out into an open meadow. And if you take the trail, it has several loops, so you can, make it as short or as long as you want. But if you go all the way out to the longest point of that trail, you have some wonderful views of Lake Michigan. So it really is a spectacular setting.
Talk a little bit about the resort itself. Dave mentioned the rooms or the property itself.
We are spread out over several hundred acres, and we have 4 small hotels at the homestead. So we provide a variety of accommodations to suit your needs and your price budgets. And, not only the hotel rooms, but also condominiums and vacation homes that we rent out. They are all privately owned, and those owners can choose to put them on our rental program. So, again, you can choose, to stay in the comfort of a home and have a kitchen and be able to cook and spend an extended stay. So there's something for everybody here.
I think I've stayed in all accommodation types there, and I can't tell you what is my favorite because I've enjoyed all of them. It's really a nice place.
I feel the same. Mm-hmm. I think that everything has something different and charming to offer and provides you a different experience each time, which is wonderful.
Yeah. Well, so you're going to be hosting kind of a fun thing. You're kind of in the midst of hosting it right now there at the Homestead, known as America's Freshwater Resort, by the way. I love that tagline.
Yeah.
You are hosting the Great Lakes Photo Tour. What is that?
We are. We teamed up with some professional photographers. Mark Carlson, who's a naturalist and photographer, and then his partner, Bob Griziak, who is a digital photographer expert. And, gosh, we did this maybe, I bet we're nearing almost 10 years now. And our mission was to partner with folks who were experts in their fields to provide a lifetime skill to folks. So something like photography is something that you think, gosh, I'd really like to get into that, or I'd like to understand more, I'd like to understand my camera better, or just learn some of the tricks of the trade, if you will. And they do it on site here. They'll stay here at the homestead they have different, photo tour weekends or excursions, and guests will stay here, and then they'll go out for a full day, and it's hands-on. They're taking you to some of the most wonderful settings that they know of because they're so familiar with this area, and really providing some one-on-one, small group experience in coaching and help in the digital photography world. So at the end of the day, oftentimes they'll come and sit in one of our meeting rooms and download the images that everybody took and sort of help to critique them, if you will, and give some pointers and feedback, and just to be able to share what everybody took that day. So the people that have participated in them really come out feeling like they've learned more than they could ever learn in a classroom type setting. They have just such wonderful knowledge with over 50 years between the two of them, and it just really provides that hands-on experience that I think people get so excited about.
So you have a couple of sessions left this season on June 14th, about a week away.
Yep.
Going to have Dunes in Bloom Eco Photo Excursion. So it sounds like you're going to kind of stay in that dunes area and maybe look for some wildflowers?
Yeah. Yes, exactly. And they tailor their sessions to, what we hope is happening, during that time of the year. And we do them all year long. So they will do them in the spring, hoping to get the trillium and the different flowers that are coming out, and then in July, when you're in the height of summer with just the beautiful lush greens, and they'll even look into some of the landscapes of some of the barns and things like that you'll find throughout the national park. And then in the fall, they of course come up at that time when it's just a paint box of color. I mean, it's just spectacular.
And we should, and Jamie, we should explain that this is not just for really good photographers. It's for photographers from beginners to advanced.
Absolutely. They encourage people, obviously, to have their own equipment, but it can be, any variety of digital equipment, and again, they will help you at the level that you're at. But you'll learn so much from the group of people that are here.
I did this one time with some professional photographers, and they always talk about the light, that
yes.
golden light, looking for the right light. So they'll teach you how to do that, and
exactly.
Looks like it's going to be fun.
Exactly.
Yep. So the Great Lakes Photo Tour with Mark Carlson and Bob Grisiak coming up. You have a session in June, July, and then in October. They're at the Homestead Resort, and if people would like more information, all they have to do is go to the Homestead Resort website, which is thehomesteadresort.com, and they'll find more information. Jamie, I want to thank you for being with us. Jamie Jewell, Vice President of Sales and Marketing at the Homestead Resort, America's Freshwater Resort. I love that tagline, and you'll love that place. Check it out today. You'll be happy you did. Hey, speaking of being happy about doing something, I really want to encourage you to go to Michigan.org and do your advanced planning before you head out there and start to enjoy all the things that we call Pure Michigan. We and our small little staff, we might be small in numbers, but we're mighty in our desire to provide information to you so that you can enjoy your time and have just a more enriched experience as you travel all throughout the state. So we always say your trip begins at Michigan.org, right? And what we mean by that is you can do all your research in advance, so you're not kind of getting somewhere and wondering what you can do. That happens all the time. You might as well not waste that time. Do your research in advance. Get an idea of what's happening in that area where you're going. Maybe of special events, other things, and do that at Michigan.org. You'll be happy you did. And by the way, when you go there, look for the little Wendy's icon, Wendy's restaurant icon. Participating Michigan Wendy's restaurants right now are offering their Coca-Cola cups, those cups you get when you order a Coca-Cola at Wendy's. You will see a Pure Michigan logo on that, and it will describe that you can bring that cup into various destinations and attractions all throughout the state, and you'll get some pretty good discounts and pretty good offers. So if you like information on what those discounts are, all you have to do is look for that little Wendy's icon at Michigan.org, and we'll describe all those for you. And then head into Wendy's, get your Coca-Cola, and you're going to be happy with all those great discounts that you are going to find. Speaking of finding great places, we're going to tell you about a pretty cool place in Port Huron next, right here on Travel Michigan, where your trip begins at Michigan.org.